Welcome to the Boomer's Guide to a Vibrant Life with Vicki Washington. Vicki and her guests will share their journey of the golden years and how they're creating a vibrant life. Topics will include family, fun, life, love, travel, and everything Boomer. You too can have the best of your vibrant life now. We are broadcasting from Global Voice Radio every week, and now here's your host, Vicki Washburn.
Good morning, Boomers. Good afternoon, Boomers. Good evening, Boomers. Whatever it is, wherever you are, I hope you're having a beautiful day. I have really struggled whether to share this message, how to share this message, whether to just speak from the heart and be authentic and real, or to just share a positive message. And actually, I think in being authentic, it is a positive message, because I know somebody out there is going to resonate with what I have to say. So this is Mother's Day weekend, and I see all these wonderful posts about mothers and people who have lost their mothers, missing their mothers, and I struggle with this myself. Not that they're sharing. I think that's beautiful. I think it's wonderful that they had mothers that they miss. I wish that I missed my mother. I lost my mother last October. And these last few days, I've really pondered whether I missed my mother. And to be honest, I don't. I missed her a long time ago. I used to miss her horribly. But there's been too many years of missing her, and I'm over it. I had reached a point in my life where I had to consciously think and prompt myself to call her. I had to remind myself to do things that a good daughter should do, because I spent too many years with no relationship with her. And I think there's many of us out here who, like me, on Mother's Day, think about their mothers, because everybody's talking about theirs. But you don't necessarily miss them. It makes me sad that I did not have the relationship with her that I would have wanted. It makes me sad that she did not have the relationship with my children that I would have wanted. But the struggle that I had with that lack of relationship made it very important to me to have a relationship with my grandchildren the way that my grandmother did with me. So I'm very thankful today that I had an example of a mother that I wanted to be in my grandmother and in my aunts. And in my sisters, and in a lot of other women around me. I am blessed to have known those women. I am blessed to have shared life with those women. And I'm very blessed to share life with my daughter and my daughters-in-law and my granddaughters-in-law and my granddaughters. I only have one granddaughter that's a mom. The rest of them are all granddaughters-in-law because I had all boys. I hope to celebrate today with my children. But one today is off with his wife, whose son is graduating from high school. Such a beautiful and wonderful time. So excited for all of them, for him to be starting this new stage of his life, for my daughter-in-law getting to see her son graduate. Such a special time. My other son, I'm not sure I'll spend time with him today, but I got to spend some time with him yesterday, and he is just a phone call away. So it's okay. Because to me, mothers should be celebrated more than just on Mother's Day. And my children, thankfully, make me feel celebrated quite often. I'm very blessed in that way. And hopefully that's a sign that my goal to be the kind of mother that I thought my grandmother was and my aunts were, that I accomplished that. The one thing I know is my kids know that I will always be there for them. There is nothing they could do that would make me separate myself from them. There is not a human on this earth that could separate me from them, or who could cause me to sever my relationship with them. There is not a substance on this earth that could cause me to sever my relationship with them. And I think that that is the thing that happens so many times, especially for us as women. So many times women get connected with a man who in most instances is an abusive man, and he slowly causes the severance of the relationships that are most important. It's part of the isolation that has to be created for abuse to flourish. I've seen it happen with my mother. I've seen it happen with so many women who, because of the abuse, which continued after children were grown, to isolate them from their children, from their parents, from their siblings, from their friends. I've also seen drugs do this. Because drugs are far worse than an abusive man. Drugs isolate you even from your spouse or the man that may love you. It severs relationships in every area of your life. So on this Mother's Day, I'm really happy for all of you who have beautiful mothers. And I am happy for all of you mothers that have beautiful children. God tells us that we are blessed when our quiver is full. And God says that a woman that is a Proverbs woman is to be highly regarded and blessed above all. And when I needed guidance, I looked to that passage to define who it was that God wanted me to be. What kind of wife and mother was I to be? And although I may not have achieved it, it was not for lack of striving. I have been so blessed in my association with Young Living to have met some of the most incredible young mothers, some of the most incredible young women, and older mothers whose children are grown, who still walk in faith and walk standing beside their children. And through this organization, this business, I have seen example after example after example of the kind of women that God calls us to be. And this has lifted my heart and my spirit so much. It has brought me great joy to see these women and to watch these women and to watch them grow and to watch them become not only wives and mothers, but business women, smart, savvy business women who manage to run a business, make a good living, and do it while being at home with their children. What an incredible blessing that is. That is the definition of a Proverbs woman. I hear so much in today's media about the glass ceiling and about, women being less than and the fight that we have to be equal. And I agree that there are a lot of inequalities. I think we as women have to take our power back. Because this is not the way that God designed this life to be for us. God exalted a smart, savvy businesswoman. He exalted a good mother He said they were to be prized above all things. So on this Sunday, Mother's Day, when you celebrate your mother, remember what a gift she is. Remember that God claims her to be more valuable than precious jewels. Love on her, honor her, share joy with her, because truly that will make her happier than anything. Flowers are nice, dinner is nice, all those things are nice. But sharing joy with her, sharing joy and laughter with her every day, sharing joy and laughter with her on this day that you celebrate her will truly bring more to her and make her happier than anything else you can do. I am so grateful for my children. I am so grateful for my sisters. I am so grateful to watch them be such beautiful mothers whose children love them and want to spend time with them. Because they've poured into their children pour back into them. This has been a hard year in my family. There's been a lot of mothers lost. There's been some diagnoses of other family members that have made life precarious. There have been some fathers lost. I have many friends who are struggling with aging parents, some whose parents are on hospice and will not be with this on this world much longer. I have a dear friend whose mother has lived with her most of her children's lives, who is probably going to be leaving this earth soon. And to see the beauty of the care that she gives her mother and the concern and the love is such a beautiful thing. It is so hard to sit and watch somebody you care for so deeply wither away slowly. I'm very grateful that my mother did not pass like that we as daughters did not have to go through that. I thank God every day that He did not allow us to do that. And I often wonder if it was my mother's will that took her when she went. She was very heartbroken and sad. She'd lost her husband, she'd lost her dog. She had chosen to be alone rather than come to live with one of us girls. She had once again chosen sadness over light, over love, over joy. She had been abused for so many years, she didn't even know what that felt like. She had a few glimpses here and there through the years. We tried. But I don't think it was a place she was comfortable. And if I'm sad at her passing, sad at not having her here today, that is what makes me the saddest. To know that she really never got to experience all the joy that God intended for her. Because this life we have been given is really intended to be a life of joy and growth, wonder and awe. God gave us this beautiful planet, this beautiful garden, and told us to go play in it. And we make it such a struggle. Today I'm having my family out. I just got my pool opened, and so we're gonna play in the pool and cook out and just spend time together. Not unlike any other day. We'll have dozens of those days this summer, just like today. But knowing that I am blessed enough to have a pool for them to come play in, that I'm blessed enough to have my children right here close to me, just makes for a perfect day. I know a lot of you mothers out there are thousands of miles away from your children and missing them horribly. I know there are thousands out there who will not get acknowledged on Mother's Day. Maybe not because they weren't good mothers. Maybe because their children are in abusive relationships. Maybe because their children are wrapped up in drugs. Maybe because their children are off at war and cannot reach out to them. To you, I say, Happy Mother's Day. You are beautiful, you are strong, and you have poured into your children. And God sees you and acknowledges that you are more precious than gems. I hope each and every one of you has a beautiful and blessed Mother's Day weekend. Not just Mother's Day, but Mother's Day weekend. I hope if you have not spoken to your children and you do not hear from your children and you have the ability to reach out to your children, that you will do that. Even though you're probably going to hear this after Mother's Day. Take the time. Reach out to them. Because that's what we do as moms. We just keep reaching out, letting them know that they're loved. Till our last breath. I know I will. If God grants me my wish, the last words I will say is I love you. I hope you all have a beautiful and blessed week. It is going to be a time of partying in my area. One of my favorite festivals of the year comes the week after Mother's Day and is just so much fun. And so I will be having a joyous week this week, doing things that I love to do. And I will also be thinking about friends who have lost a loved one this week, and we'll be laying them to rest soon. A wife who has lost her husband, children who have lost their father, a friend whose mother may pass at any moment. And as we celebrate those lives, we will celebrate the mothers. God bless. Go out and have a vibrant week. And know that it's okay. It's okay if you don't miss someone. You're not Abby normal. I see you and I feel you. And sometimes we just have to acknowledge life is what it is and go on being our vibrant selves. God bless.
Host of The Boomer's Guide to a Vibrant Life. Connect with Vicki at www.globalvoiceradio.com. Tune in next week for another edition of The Boomer's Guide to a Vibrant Life on Global Voice Radio, where your message and your voices are heard.